one thing I really wanted to talk about, you mentioned playing a few sports games in the past. This is big news coming out of EA Sports and FIFA. Basically, we're just in the middle of a messy divorce over here. It sounds like,
Very
I
messy.
mean, FIFA has even said, like, official statements that they weren't happy with EA Sports, and they've officially pulled their name. So the next FIFA game might not be made by EA Sports, and now EA Sports needs to go and basically rename their franchise. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think, right? You mentioned, how long has FIFA been the name of that game?
Boy, it's been like what, eight
Maybe,
years, 9 years,
yeah,
something like
maybe
that. I think like 2012,
it has to
2011,
be a
something like that
decade.
was when they.
Uh, I mean,
Yeah,
we've talked.
because when I started playing them was 2013. I think was it Chicharito was on the
Oh
cover.
yeah,
I definitely remember playing that.
yeah. It's crazy because I know FIFA has set so many standards in gaming.
Hmm.
And like we've talked about in the past, how the whole loot system, loot boxes and everything, FIFA did that, and FIFA did it beautifully. And FIFA is still like the standard for sports games in generals. They they just
Yeah,
do
definitely.
they do really well. And I don't know, I feel like the problem is EA. I mean, just recently, a few episodes ago, we were talking about how um EA lost their rights to all the Star Wars games.
Oh, dude,
So
that's
they
right.
lost rights to the Star Wars games, um, and now they're gonna lose right to the name of FIFA. I think FIFA just wants to be associated in a different way with a different company at this point. Um, there has been, even though FIFA's still one of the biggest games right now, there's still a lot of people that have stopped buying the FIFA games just because they've kind of been cut and paste. Like it's a cookie cutter formula. It's the same game every year. This
So it was like what Arkham Origins, what people were complaining about Arkham Origins compared to City.
Oh yeah, yep, definitely. Uh, so I think the thing here is just people got kind of sick of the same thing being done over and over again. And then FIFA wants to start fresh with a new developer, maybe not new developer, maybe just new publishing, right? But I know there's gonna be confusion when the game comes, the new FIFA comes out, because it's not gonna be EA Sports. So I personally, I think that the 2K is in the running for it, right? Like it makes perfect sense. If I were FIFA, it makes perfect sense to go to a sports game competitor and let them use the FIFA name. It kind of has a nice ring to it, right? Like FIFA 2K23.
I actually think it does, to be
Yeah,
honest.
so
Rather than just FIFA 2K, especially because of everything that 2K has been really good on that end
yeah, I
with
mean
their with the basketball games
they
and
do masterfully with the NBA games, right? NBA
yeah.
2K. And I
Well, hell, I mean they put NBA Live out of business.
Yeah, right. So I think 2K is in the running, probably at the top to take the FIFA name, and of course they're gonna dish out a lot of money to be able
Mhm.
to use that. But
Yeah.
people look at that; it's a brand thing, right? People are gonna look at it and say automatically, "Oh, there's the new FIFA game. I'm gonna purchase it." I don't know what EA Sports is gonna call their game. Soccer simulator. I don't know.
Football, football
Football.
forever, football forever.
Football forever. I don't know, man. They
Which is and that's gonna be weird too, and it's just gonna be like a piss measuring contest with that whole EA Sports is gonna have their own football game, but then FIFA is gonna have a new developer, so that's gonna be like a whole kind of weird thing, and it's probably gonna turn into a case of what NBA Live and 2K were.
yeah. Yeah, people are definitely gonna get confused. I fully expect people to be confused when the new game comes out. Um, but from what it looks like now, it doesn't look like there's any bridge that can be made to get them back together, EA Sports and FIFA. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see
that
where
really
that goes. But
seems shot.
overall, it's just interesting to watch, because I've never thought that I would see FIFA be removed from EA. So
Yeah,
we'll see. Hopefully 2K will pick it up just because they've done so well. Um,
yeah, seems like that's probably the best option for them, or the probably the easiest path for
yep.
them to go.
Yeah, definitely.